What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of Built by Getroman, live code with Getroman. My name is Eddie Beto. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm having a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be working on the freeCodeCamp's curriculum, and we're going to pick up where we left off from last week's stream. And we're very close to completing and achieving to get the responsive web design certificate from freeCodeCamp. And I recall the last time we left off, I was stuck on the grid area templates, and there were some discrepancies there. So I just want to spend some time today to fix that. So let's try to work together to solve that issue. For those who are live, thank you for sticking with me and streaming, being here with me live. And for those on the replay, feel free to fast forward to the parts that are more convenient for you. I do timestamp everything for your convenience so you can scrub through the video. All right, guys, so let's motivate. Let's get it. Let's work on the freeCodeCamp curriculum and get right to the code, guys. All right, so first things first, I want to fire up my environment and get that going. So what I'm going to do is call the terminal here, and let's get right into my directory. Cool. So I forget the name of the folder. Oh yeah, so we're going to cd into, let's make this a little bigger here. All right, let's do that. And let's open up that VS Code. Rah, there we go. All right. Cool. Blow this up a little bit. All right. As long as I'm not in the way. Awesome. So let me, cool. Let's open this up. Let's go live here. Start the browser. All right, so this is where we left off. I'm also going to open this in Mozilla because I like the way the dev tools are specifically working with the CSS grids. They do a really good job of that. All right, boom. Here we go. Let me blow this up into its own browser. Put this in, sandwich this in between. All right, so cool. All right, so I'll start the timer in a sec. Oh, I'm over here. So basically, um, we left off with the having an issue with the. Let me close this right there. All right, so this is the issue we had. We're working on the desktop viewport size, basically, and we got it, a lot of it like working at least with the working with the grid area templates, and we're able to place all of the HTML elements in the correct place. However, when I noticed that when I went down to mobile to the mobile viewport size, that there was this like massive gap here, right in between the introduction section all the way down to, and let me remove my camera here, all the way from here, from the introduction all the way up to where the nav is. So there was that spacing issue that I could not for the life of me understand why that was happening. So we did some research on how to basically accommodate for that. So some of the things we were looking at last week was I thought there was issues with the whatchamacallit, the media query, and how I learned that some of the ways you target the HTML elements and their ancestor elements, that when you do inject them in the media query, and how you inject them as far as like whether you use IDs or more than one element, that it holds more weight basically. So what I'm trying to say is the specificity really matters. So I was attempting to add an ID over a class to increase the specificity. I attempted to add some ancestor elements, basically the container divs, to give it more weight so that this viewport size, the mobile viewport size, could override and take more weight than the desktop viewport size, but that wasn't happening. So that's the issue I was running against last week, and that really took a lot of time. We did a lot of investigation on that, and we learned a couple of things, but that didn't necessarily solve the issue I was trying to solve the problem I was trying to solve. All right, so basically today what I want to do is let's start the timer and let's just pick up where we left off to see where we could maybe make some corrections. I want to look at the dev tools a bit more and see if there's some hints there that we can use to help me try to solve the issue. And I feel like it's just such a like obvious thing, but it wasn't hitting me last week, so we're gonna try today to do that. So let's set up our timer for 25 minutes. And let's get it, guys. Here we go. Boom. So what I want to do now is see if I'm getting any responses from the dev tools here. All right, so I wonder if I move this to this thing here. Cool. And I want to go to the body element with the class grid template container, because that's basically where I established all of the grid template areas to take effect. And if I were to increase this, all right, so I'm getting it's working fine here, right? So I'm noticing that there's a display grid. This is grid template columns. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Let me increase the size there. Right. Grid template columns, auto. So I have two columns. Right. So I have a column here. Right. So that's one column. And this is the second column, right? So that explains the two auto columns. And the rows, I have 2 rows, which I think that's here. 1 row's there, and the other row is here, I guess. I think. And I have title, which is this thing. This is the title. All right, so this is the title that goes there. And section goes there. And then the aside, that's this thing here. And the other section goes there. All right, what a mess. All right, so that's working. Now when I shrink this, why hasn't this changed? It should have changed. Oh, there you go. All right, so here I have a display grid. So this is after it shrinks to a certain where's my code? Oh, there it is. All right. So after a certain amount of pixels, so let's see, what did I say? 896 pixels. All right, 896 pixels. When it shrinks, this is supposed to take effect, but I'm noticing now that I was messing with the size before on the last stream, but on this stream,
I can't check cameras from here. Sorry about that.
Oh, Siri wants to talk to me. Okay, so on this one here, I'm noticing that the grid template rows is not working. So let me see, what's this? Does this give me anything here if I highlight this? Invalid. Okay. It says invalid property value. Invalid property value. Did I spell this the wrong way? Grid template rows. That looks like the same as the other one. Grid template rows. To the right. So the value, the property, 70 pixels and 1000 pixels. Okay. So if I shrink this one, template rows, auto, 1 fraction, auto. That looks the same. Title. 70 pixels, 1000 pixels here. Let's see. Oh, okay. I have commas here. There it goes. There it goes. It worked. I had commas when I didn't need any commas. Yeah, it looks like it's good. Oh man, I spent a lot of time in the last stream trying to figure that part out. So basically, I had commas. I didn't need commas there. So I should have just noticed that the last time. Oh man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, now we're good. Let's see here. Yeah, it's looks like it's working now. I shrink this. This takes. Okay, so the media queries do work. So it wasn't the media query. It was basically the way I was creating the rows, and the property was invalid because I had commas here before. So that's why it was acting funky. All right, so let's go back to the code and remove these commas. Save that. Go back and we have a working mobile view with no funkiness going on. Let me expand this to the desktop viewport, and boom, that's working. Lesson learned. Okay, so we have the title here, the aside, the section. All right. Cool, so we fixed that. So I think now what I want to do is let's save this code and push it up to GitHub so I can have like a timestamp that said, you know, something that just signifies that I was able to fix it at this point and fix that whole bug that I had going on. So let's go back to, let me actually delete this. I don't need the terminal anymore. Let's open up a new terminal. Right, let's push this bad boy up. So git status, we're gonna add both. Right, so git commits with the message, and we're going to say, what are we gonna say? Fix. What do we fix here? We fixed or refactored. Refactor. I just say fix bug. Fix bug in media query. In at, can I use the at symbol there? I guess max width 896, just to be specific. Max width, grid template rows, and grid template row. I'm gonna say no commas. Did that work? I guess. All right, git which branch I'm on. I'm gonna push this. Git branch. I'm in the main. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't swap. All right, that's fine. My mistake. I didn't want to be in the main. I wanted to do this in develop. So I'm gonna push this up and then check out to develop. That's okay. Git push origin main. I like to do all of my work on a different branch and not mess with the main. Okay, cool. Let's confirm that this was pushed up on GitHub. Where is it? Okay. GitHub. And this is the social media. There we go. Tech doc page. Yep. Okay, pushed. All right. Cool. So that worked. We pushed that up successfully. That's working fine. And let's now, what I want to do now is basically just switch branches, go to the actual branch that I wanted to. So I'm going to check out and not mess with the main branch. All right, so I'm going to check out to the main. I am on main. I want to check out to develop. Cool, I'm on develop. That's working. Everything is pushed. Now what I want to do is close. I'm gonna close this out. We're good here. Let me go back. This is the Google Chrome view. All right, so what I want to do now, okay, so let's get into styling this actual view here, which is the desktop version. So let's do that. Let's style the desktop version and get right to it. Cool. All right, so what we're gonna do now is basically I want to add, let's compare. Let's do that first. I want to compare this version to the to the other version, the freeCodeCamp version, to make sure that we're aligned, right? So what I'm gonna do is switch tabs here, and let me go to their version. Build the technical documentation page, open that up. All right, so here's their version. Fire up the consoles. Bet. Awesome. All right. So here's their version. I'm flipping to and from Chrome and what's the other one? Firefox, because I like the way Firefox allows me to like see the grid template areas again. That's so dope. Love that. Let's make this a little bigger here so that you can see. All right, so their version has. Let me see. What do I have? That's different. So I need to. What do I want to do first? I think I'm gonna work with styling the section first. Style the section first. Get that cleaned up, and there's not much I think that I need to do. Right, let me see my mobile version. Oh wait, why is that not taking effect? Oh, because I made a change. So pause. I noticed that in doing that mistake I made where I pushed straight to main and I thought I wasn't developed, the develop branch did not inherit and pull in the code from the main. So I noticed this because when I scaled down, none of the code is taking effect. Like the meter query is not kicking in. All right, so I'm actually gonna go back to the terminal, and I need to fetch from the main branch all of the new code that I pushed up to the main branch down to develop. So I made the mistake, so I gotta always fetch. But I forget if it was fetch, get fetch, or get merge. So I'm going to I'm gonna look this up in Google. So I'm gonna say get fetch versus get pull. That's the other one, not get merge. I know one does both at the same time. One fetches and merges, and the other one just fetches and gives you some opportunities to like deal with conflicts. So I'm gonna actually use freeCodeCamp's resource. So let's see, what are they saying here? Get pull and get fetch are two commands that are regularly used by Git users. Let's see the difference. Okay, that's where fetch and pull come in. So get fetch is the command that tells your local Git to retrieve the latest metadata info from the original, yet doesn't do any file transferring. It's more like just checking to see if there are any changes. Get pull, on the other hand, does, and so okay, there's a difference I was mentioning. Get pull, on the other hand, does and brings a copy of those changes from the remote repository. So I'm gonna say git pull origin main. Let me try that. So I didn't make any changes. Okay, I'm on the right branch, so I'm gonna say git pull, right? Git pull origin main. Git pull origin main. And if I'm, hopefully this works out well, this part right here, those commas will disappear, and all of the new code that I pushed to the main branch will then be pulled into my develop branch. So let's see if that works. This stuff is always tricky. Okay, boom, it did. So the change was made. So it gives me some indication right here as to what it fetched. So it fetched the head, which is the main branch that I pushed a few minutes ago. And the main branch had all the updated code because I made a mistake. And so I needed to like switch. When I switched to the develop branch, I had to go to the main and pull that back in. So I fetched the head, and what it did was grab these lines of code in the index. So we have the index that it grabbed, and it grabbed the style, and here's the code that's relative to that, right? This boom, right? And we noticed how if you're paying, you can, from the people in the replay, you go back, you notice how those commas disappeared. They were there. That's from the other code that I pushed up and figured out. So hopefully that worked. I think that they worked the way we wanted it to. There's only one way to test it, so let's go back and test that. If we go back to the version that I have in Mozilla, right? If we go down, there you go. So now it works. So now I have the updated code. Cool. So let's move on to the next part of this, which was comparing the different versions that I have available. So let's go back to Google Chrome. Right, I want to do the mobile view thing here. All right, so that's their version, my version. Scroll down. So I need to change the weight. Okay, the weight of the text. Boom, I could do that. Right, because I have it on that side. I need to just do it in the desktop viewport. But everything else looks pretty much good. Honestly, I just need to copy some code over. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get the text right. So let's change the text weight, and I'm going to just reuse some of the code that I had in the media query. Right. So where's that? That's going to be here. Let me tag this here. Did I? Let's see. That's the font. Let me see in the desktop view. I mean the mobile version. So I said in the article, for every article, the font weight should be 300. Now I'm wondering, so if I'm gonna write that twice, could I just make that a global variable and just reuse it there versus same font weight twice? I could probably do that. Or I could say on the article, from the CSS reset standpoint, and say for all the article tags, I want the font weight to be this much. Let's see what we can do here. So here it is. That's inside this media query. What is the most practical way of doing this? Let's see. Okay, so, my bad guys. Something went wrong with my system here. Take me 2 seconds to readjust this. There we go. Start. All right, we're back. Yes. No, I don't want 25 minutes. I had it. Let's go back to 5 minutos. That's what happens when you go live. Things happen. All right, cool. So there's that. So we're back to this here. What I wanted to do is figure out whether the article tag should be included in here. Do I want to make that as a reset? Not really. I mean, this here, all articles, natural flow and rhythm in articles by default. Margin top. I mean, for this CSS reset, I could do that because it's such a small project, but I probably wouldn't want to do that on a bigger project. So if I said, where's the article tag up here in the font? Wait, if I took this out, right, and I do that in the CSS reset here, and oh yeah, so look at this. This one didn't. Why is that? Interesting. It did not like it here, and that's because why again? All plus, what's this? It's just those first paragraphs didn't work. It's probably the way we're doing this thing here. Alright, so never mind that. Let's save this part. Let's go back. Okay. Cool. Alright, so I'm just gonna explicitly use it on inside the media query and outside of it. And now that I'm gonna be using it more than once, I'm gonna just add it as a variable, a CSS variable. So I'm going to say here, this is going to be font. This is IBM font weight. Font weight IBM. And we want that to be what exactly again? That's going to be 300. Right, 300. Let me save this and let's use it. We're gonna say var parens and throw the variable in there, right? So where's the article tag over here? Font weight. Var, boom. Let's see. That worked just fine. All right, cool. So I'm gonna do the same up here. Let's just copy this. Actually, let's copy this whole thing. So we're gonna take this outside the media query and add this up here. Try to get this in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, P's. All right, cool. And that looks like it worked. Cool. Massive change to the text. So we notice that here. Cool. All right. Next, let's check that version. So we have some changes in the text. Now I want to, everything is bolded. I want to now work with and change the code snippets, but we'll do that after the break because we're running out of time. We have 21 seconds left. So after the break, we're going to change the code block, basically just start copying some of the code we had in the media query and apply it to the desktop viewport size. All right, guys. So with that being said, let's recalibrate. Let's take a quick 5-minute break, recalibrate, drink some water, and we'll be right back, guys. I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, everyone, welcome back to. Stop this timer here. Not sure what's going on with that. All right, so I'm gonna reset the timer. Hope everybody had a good break. I had to check in with my son, who's at school right now. So he's actually doing school remotely. So you know how that is. It's a mess, just like everything else in 2020, right? Let's just make the best of it. So let's pick up where we left off. Let's kick off this timer. Let's just style the code block and move on from there, right, guys? So boom, rah, let's go. All right, so what we have here, so that's their version. So I want to actually go back to my version here, which is missing the code blocks. All right, so let's add that to our version, which is this thing right here, these things. So I'm going to say, is that media queries? Should I make a note here? I'm gonna say this is desktop view. All right. No, I don't need any help. Okay. Just make some visual distinction to desktop view. All right, cool. Desktop view. I'm gonna say desktop view ends here. These are media queries. This is just me being overly dramatic about my comments. There you go. All right. View end. Just helps me look at everything the right way. All right, what we have here, guys? Let's see. So I need that little code block. Where did I have that before? That should live somewhere. In here. Oh wait, I don't have the padding. Is there some padding that I need in this version? Let me see here. Let's go here. What is this doing? Padding left and padding bottom. Let me add these two here just to see what that does. Let's go to this version. Sorry. Okay, let's go to article. Oh, I do have it. Boom, boom. Okay, I do have it. Let me see. Article. I do have it. Okay, move on. Let's go to the code snippet here. All right, boom. Just gonna copy this and then start working it from there. All right. So I'm gonna add that on the desktop view, save it, let's go back. And here we go, awesome. That took effect pretty smoothly. And all my code snippets are there in my version. Let's compare that to the other version. I don't need this anymore. Awesome. And let me see something here. There's some space I'm noticing in the H1 here. H1 had padding bottom of 25 pixels. So I want to add that too to the other version. Let's see, where's my H1 tag in the media query? Okay, I do have that. So let's add that to the desktop view version. Add that here. All right. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of copy and pasting. Just, you know, it's probably a better way, but you know, it is what it is. All right. So now we got some space in between. Nice. Where are you? Where's my volume? Okay, my volume is still low. Awesome. All right, this is shaping up to be something sweet. All right, here we go. All right, what else are we missing? I think we're good for the most part, at least for the articles is concerned. Articles. I have 2 cameras now, by the way, so I'm stepping up my production value, guys. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and also I'm gonna start a Discord server soon, so I'm gonna be making an announcement about that, so you guys can really like be with me when I go live. You know, with kids and all, I need to just have a community with me to be with me when I do go live. It's a lot better to have people, you know, and I'm gonna try to pick some people to go live with me to help do some pair programming. That's coming up. A lot of plans coming up. All right, so we have padding bottom 25. We're good there. So I think we're done with the article part of it. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. This looks pretty nice. Yeah, man. I think we're good. Oh, the link. Yeah, the link. So, oh, what happened here? Refresh that. That was weird. It took... Oh, it's probably cached. Maybe, I don't know. So I need to add the underlink, the underline to signify that that's a link. So let's go back and do that. And I forgot where I had that in my media query. And let's go to MDN. It was here. I remember this. All right, let's go to the desktop view. Let's add that in the M's, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. And in the same vein, let's push this bad boy up here, 1 down. All right, let's clear up some spacing here, and we have our link. There is the underline. Awesome. So we have it. I think we're done with the section area. Let's do one more clean sweep. Let's do a sweep of the text. It looks pretty good. It's legible. There's some distinction of the hierarchy in the text. H1 versus text versus code block. The spacing is fine. When I scrub up and down the viewport, it takes shape. We good money there. All right, so I think we're good with that part. So let's actually move to and start styling the nav bar. So let's get to it. Let's get to that part, guys. So let's motivate and let's do it, guys. All right, so now we're gonna focus on the nav bar and let's do a comparison. So here I have it nicely aligned in its sections. Words, so that's what I need to do is basically add some spacing in between and the underline, the board and bottom, and that nice border right thing here happening, this line right there. So I gotta add that part. All right, so let's do this. And I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go back to see what I've done in my media query for the nav, and then start just merging things over to the desktop version. So I have a lot of code here, and I'm gonna just copy and paste one by one, right? So for the sake of time, for me to type everything over and over again, I think it's a little ridiculous. I just copy and paste it. All right, so I'm gonna start with the nav bar and see what that does for me, which I think I have here already. I just gotta add. So I don't care. Okay, so I have that part already. I don't care for that. So let's go up to navbar A and a navbar LI that are tackling and targeting the anchor tag and the list items. Let's go back up here, copy that over here, boom, save. So I'll copy the anchor tag and also the list item right from the media query that we wrote a while back. Okay. All right, so here's it's taking shape. Now I see some underline. Make that a little bigger. That's fine. If y'all can see that there's an underline thing happening there, right? So it's kind of taking shape. Cool. Let's go back and let's go after the other pieces of CSS that we wrote, which is the nav list. And the padding. So this is going to give it the space that we're looking for. All right, so let's go back to the desktop. Let's get out of the media query and let's add that here. You know what? I wonder if I were to do this so my face won't be in the way. Would that make a difference? Just for the sake of my face not being in the way and having to always like move myself, I guess. All right, that's fine. We'll roll with this for a little bit. All right, is this the version? Yeah, this is my version. All right, it's taking shape. All right, guys, look at that. Sweet. All right. And in the same vein, let's actually let me move the. All right, so here's the desktop version. Looks good. All right. All right, so now I need to basically remove this border here. Oh, this, I don't know what this is. And add a border to the side over here. So let's do that. Not what I wanted to do. Let's open up the console. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep this full size. Sorry guys, I'll just remove my face if I need to. All right. So let's target this and see what is this nonsense happening here. I'm not sure what this is about. It's like a border. What's this? Is this a border here? It is. Okay. So the nav bar. All right, so I'll just take that out. So this little nav bar here, this border 1 pick solid black is being applied. So I'm just gonna go back and remove that. So let me find the ID of navbar, take this line, get rid of that. Cool, but now I want to have border right. So let me just add that to see if that works here. So border right, can I do that? Yeah, border right, 1 pixel, solid, black. So it's only working for the nav bar. Why is it not taking shape? Interesting. So I'm running against a weird thing here that it's not applying to this part is what I'm missing. Okay. So let me target that element. Why is that not taking shape? What's the wrapper? Is that the header? Okay, so maybe on the header I can do that. So let me refresh this. So if I have to do the whole header and say border right, you gotta love CSS, man. Border right, 1 pixel. 1 pixel. Sorry, I was checking my messages because I'm getting a lot of messages. I'm just kidding. Solid black. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. But why? So we have some gray-ish happening there. Not sure if that's what they want, but let's check their version. So they have a border gray going all the way down. So what if I just said this? Let me see. So this was on, which header was this? They're both headers. So on the header itself, let's go back here. What's the best, most practical way to doing this? Where's my header at? Do I have that here in the reset? Make sure I'm not blocking anything. There we go. I'll just do that. I'm just trying to not get in the way. I feel like my head is in the way the whole time. So I'm just gonna keep 2 tabs open. All right, so where are you, buddies? Where's the header? Interesting. Where did I target this at? Let me go back again. Where is this exactly? Refresh this page. Oh, it's the title. Okay. So I said border right. So I want to copy this. I have to rewrite this. So I made that on the title. Border right. So what if I said go to the HTML? In this header, title, in this header, introduce a class that says that's just for the border right. I feel like that's kind of like diluting and getting too all over the place, but it's a small project, so you know, probably better ways of doing it. Let's see here. So what if I did, or is there a way I can target? How many headers do I have? See, I have more than one header. I don't want to just say header. I could say this is all in the body. I could just say both classes, title and navbar. Let's just start there. All right, let's do that. For the title and the navbar, I'm going to say that didn't work. Right, because I want it to be on the header. Just went through this. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna introduce a class here. I'm going to say a specific class for this particular style. I'm going to say, let's just say mobile view. Ugh, that sounds. Or is there a way I can just say for the first two header nodes, and only those two, apply this style. Or I could just add a class. All right, let's just test this out. Let's see if this works. Mobile view. All right. Over here, I'm going to say, and we're going to say border right. Copy this. Nope. That didn't work. Let me see something real quick. That's a header. That's the other header. I add that one, and then this header, I give it a, then we have achieved what we wanted to. I'm just not trying to like have it in two different places, so I can just tackle it once, right? So I figured that if I add a class to both header tags and give it the border right of solid gray, that it should apply, and this is the result we want to achieve. Right? Yeah. Border right 2 pixels solid. So if I said mobile view, why is that not taking precedence? Let me refresh this. So, oh wait, why? Oh, I didn't save it? Yeah, I didn't save it. There we go. I didn't save it. All right, that was weird. That's why it didn't work. All right, I didn't save the file. All right, so that's working. The bar is there. So let me go back. Could this be done with a better name? Mobile view. That's an ugly name. I just don't. I'm trying to figure out what's the best naming convention for this. I just want for it to be border right. I could say mobile view border right. This is for the aside. Oh, the aside view. How about that? The aside view. Mobile aside view. I'm gonna go with that. Cool. All right. Let's compare versions. So let me move myself out the way here. So that's their version. My version, their version, my version. Cool, let's check if these links work. So go to the actual section. Hello world, variables, declaring variables. Let's check my version, introduction, what you should know, JavaScript, Java, hello world, declaring. Cool, it's working. Oh, cannot get constants. That's not working. So we gotta fix that. So I'll take note of that one. Constants is not working. I gotta fix that. Data types is working. If else is working. While statements is working. Function declaration is working. Reference. All right, so let's go to constants. I just may have a spelling error there, so we'll do that and then go to break. All right, so let's go to the HTML. Where's the... So here I have constants. Oh, I don't have a hashtag. So let's go back, go to constants. That works. Boom. All right. So guys, we're gonna go into our second or third Pomodoro break. I forget what number it is. I have to keep track. I'll go back to my notes, but we're going to break, guys. So we're gonna recalibrate our minds, take a quick water break, quick stretch break, and I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, guys. So we're back. Let's get back to it. Yeah. So I think we've done a great job at achieving our goals. I think we're almost there. I just want to compare one more time here before we start the next timer, the next Pomodoro. But yeah, it's looking like everything is working. So we got to a point where we have very closely aligned what the freeCodeCamp version wanted, using CSS grid and pretty much that's it, and some basic HTML and CSS, right? So everything is working. We did fix the constants here, right? So what I want to do now is run the test. I want to run the test that freeCodeCamp has for us to pass, and start cleaning up some of the IDs and classes that we self-name instead of, like, you know, following their rules. So now we're gonna go back clean that up. So let's spend some time doing that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just quickly run this test here, and we'll pass 12 out of 16 and see what we're missing. All right, and hopefully this doesn't mess up much. So I hope, let's see. So let's start the next timer and start our next Pomodoro. Cool, we're good to go. All right, so they're saying that, well, let me see. I think does it matter which viewport size I'm in? I think it doesn't matter, to be honest. Oh, let's make sure that the constants are working here too. Yeah, that's working. Let's run a test. Yep, same deal. 11 out of 16. Let's run it again. 12 out of 16. Interesting. So let's actually go back to the mobile view and run the test. So we're passing everything except a couple of them. So they're saying, let's get out this view here so you can see that. So they're saying the navbar element should contain one header element which contains text that describes the topic of the technical documentation. So the navbar element should contain only one header. So that may change a couple of things. Okay, that's definitely going to change a couple of things for us. See, for not following instructions, I have to like go back and fix a couple of things. So let's I guess let's do it. So let's go back to the navbar element, and what does it want? The navbar element should contain only one header element. Oh, because I have 0 in there to equal 1. So I wanted the whole thing. So I want to the navbar element. Let me go back. I can see a nav element with the corresponding ID navbar. So I want a header in there. That's gonna throw some things off. So are you saying if I had a header in here? This is definitely gonna throw some things off. Let's see. Is this what you're trying to look for? Let's close this a little bit. All right, it has the header. Did I throw anything off? Everything looks the same. Yeah. Let me see that version. Let's close this here. Oh, theirs has less space. So I need to maybe make this smaller. The text. Yeah. So I might have to fix the text too here. I'll do that later. right, let's close this up to the mobile viewport. Let's run the test. All right, additionally, the navbar should contain link anchor tag elements with the class of navlink. Additionally, the navbar should contain anchor tags elements with the class of navlink. There should be one for every element with the class main section. Do I not have that? I don't. Nav link, nav list. I'm not sure how much of a difference it'll make. I think just to pass the test, I'm gonna do this. Let me see. It wants the navbar should contain anchor tags elements with the class of navlink. All right, let's add this. All right, so let's just how do you multi? Yeah, I know how to do that. Do it the old-fashioned way. Ah, did that break anything? I hope not. Didn't. Let me see. Run test. 14. That actually, yeah, passed. I mean, I'm not using that class, so let me see. That didn't break anything here. I don't think so. Yeah, everything works just fine. Yeah, I need to fix the side. I'll do that last. Let's run the test here. All right, cool. Let's finish the mobile view. Let's run the test here. Let's see what's going on. All right, 14 out of 16. Each element with the class of navlink should contain text that corresponds to the header text within each section. I have that. Each element with the class of navlink should contain text that corresponds to the header text within each section. If you have a hello world section header, your navbar should have an element which contains the text hello world. All right, so it's probably off maybe a tad bit. Each element with the class of navlink, that's over here, should contain text that corresponds to the header text within the section, each section. That corresponds to the header text within each section. So each section has a header text. Or because I have H1s. Is that why? I mean, I think because I wrapped them in H1s is not liking it. Yeah, we're gonna just remove the H1, so we're back to like taking out H1s. See, I'm just gonna try that. I feel like I spent a lot of time doing that, and I got to go back and fix it from a stylistic standpoint. All right, let's do that. Kind of weird that I have to do this. And I'll just style it. I'll just add a class to each of these headers. But before I go back and add the classes to each of these headers, I'm going to try this and make sure I'm passing the test. Then I'll style it later, which is gonna take up a little time because I have to go back and apply classes to all the headers. All right, what else? Okay. So, all right, so let's just run the test. 14 out of 16. Each element with a class of nav link should contain text that corresponds to the header text. Your navbar should have an element. It's not, that didn't work. So maybe the spelling is off? Yeah, this is like 2 more tests I need to pass, and that's it. Maybe the spelling is off? I don't know, let me shrink this down. I'm about to, if you guys can't see that, I apologize. Oh, how annoying is this? Oh, it wants like the same, like underscore? Oh, I need to check their version. Like, is it that specific? Let's see. Let's inspect their version to see what they have. So they have introduction. Here they have, no, they don't. They do have it in the header though. They don't have the H1 and they're styling it. So I'm gonna just do that instead. Is my spelling off or something? I'm gonna just use this as because I don't want to scroll up and down too much. So I'm gonna just compare each one. It's gonna be a little eye jarring with the screen shaking back and forth, but you know, it is what it is, right? So we have introduction, what you should already know, ID, okay, JavaScript and Java, hello world, variables, hello world. Is variables capitalized? Oh, okay. So there's a difference there. That's gonna be funny if that's all they wanted. Let me open up the CSS and find, is there, did I target variables? I didn't. All right, so we're good there. Okay, so variables was different. And there is capitalized. So I need to go back and check. Okay, it's right here, capitalized. I keep doing that. Declaring variables. So underscore variables, here's underscore variables. Here is space lowercase. Space lowercase. Cool. Next. Variable scope. Cool. Capital. There we go. Variable scope. Global variables. Spelling. Global variables. Okay, that's fine. Constant. Constants. They have IDs. I just have an href. And they have anchor. They don't have anchor tags here. Oh, this is not the that's the HTML I'm looking at. What do they have? This is the body I'm looking at. What am I looking at here? This is the nav bar. Alright, so let me go to their nav. I'm not comparing the right versions. Okay. Variables. Variables. Declaring variables. Where am I? Okay, cool. Declaring variables looks good. The variable scope looks good. Global variables. Global underscore variables. That looks good. Constants with an S. That looks good. Navlink. Href data types. That looks good. If else statements. If dot 3 dots underscore. If so, no underscore here. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference with the test because it's very specific. I've experienced that before, where it's like they wanted a space versus like 2 spaces versus 1, something small like that. All right, so if else is fixed. While statements. Open up this one. So this one has an underscore lowercase. There is no lowercase here. And it is lowercase, but no underscore. Function declarations. And that's just, oh, for us. Okay. Plural. Function declarations. Function declarations. All right, so that has to change. Maybe the spelling. That's weird. Function underscore declarations. Function underscore declarations. Cool. Next, last is reference. That looks good. All right, now let's go to the HTML part. This is very specific and kind of tedious, but I guess it is what it is, right? I need to, let's go to this. There we go. Here are the sections. Start the first one. ID, introduction, header, introduction. ID, introduction, header, introduction. Actually, before I do that, let me run my test. Let me save what I had. Save this. Go to my version. Oof. Run test. Now I'm back to 13. Now my test didn't pass, so I need to, each element with the class of navlink should contain. Okay, so I have to go back and fix that. It's not liking it. So let's do that. All right. Introduction. That's all set. Next, what you should already know. What you should already know with underscores. Here is, okay, that's the same. JavaScript and Java. Let's go down to JavaScript and Java with underscores. Okay, that's fine. Hello world. Hello world. Lowercase. Here's lowercase. So let me change that. Next is variables. It's a capital here and a capital here. Of variables, I don't have it capitalized, so I need to change that. All right, boom. Next, declaring variables. All right, let's compare to mine. So they want a lowercase v. Okay, that looks fine. Next, variable scope. Okay, underscore, everything's lowercase. Next, global variables. Global underscore variables. What do I have here? Global underscore variables, lowercase v. All right, that looks good. Let's go to constants. ID constants. ID constants. Cool. Data types. Let's see here. Data underscore types. Data underscore types. That looks fine. This is annoying. If 3 dots else underscore statement. Let's go to that section. If underscore else underscore statements, right? But here they don't have the underscore. I took that out. While statements. While underscore statement, so that's actually singular. Interesting. That's gonna be funny if that is what it took to pass the test. While statement. While statement. Okay. Boom. Next. Function declaration. So it wants that to be plural. Function declarations. Oh my lord. Okay, fix that part. Next, reference. Let's check the last one here. Reference, okay. Man, I hope that fixed it, because that's gonna suck if it didn't. Let's run the test. 13. It's not passing. Why not? Each element with the class of nav should contain the link. I must have a misspelling. That is weird. I don't know what's going on. Reference. Function declarations. I'm kind of stumped with this one. That test is not passing. I am not sure. I feel like it's such a small thing. Everything else is working just fine. Let's see if they're passing their test. 15 out of 16. Oh, they're not even passing their all the tests. The element with ID navbar should be shown on the left hand side of the screen. It should always be visible. You know what? If this, after this break, if this is gonna take more than 10 minutes in the last Pomodoro that we do, then I'm just gonna call it and submit it, and you know, go from there, basically. All right, so guys, we're going on the break. Let's recalibrate our minds, and I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, guys, we're back. Is my camera working? Yes, good, guys. All right, so let's set up this last 25 minutes and we're gonna dig a little deeper, spend like 10-15 minutes into trying to see what's going on with this specific test. And if it's too much and it's not working, I'm just gonna call it as a success. I feel like we achieved everything besides this one minor test, which I'm not sure what's going on. So let's set up the timer for 25 minutes. This is our last Pomodoro, and then we're gonna sign off after this. So let's get that timer going. Good. So I'm gonna run the test again here in the mobile viewport. So let's see what's going on. So now I'm passing 13 test. Let's make that a little bigger. So I noticed that, let me see. So that's still bugging me. But when I made the changes, I'm noticing now that the test that we did pass before is now not passing, which is, I think is this one. When I click on the navbar element, the page should navigate to the corresponding section. So basically when I click on each one, it should pull to that particular section of the page. So I might have a spelling error there. So that may solve this test and this one at the same time. So I'm gonna get out of this testing here, and I want to go to the mobile view and start clicking on each one to make sure that these links are working. So introduction is working, that's working, JavaScript is working, hello world is working, variables is working, declaring variables is working, variable scope is working, global variables is working, constants is working, data types, if else statements is working, ding ding ding, while statements is not working. All right, function declarations is working, and reference is working. All right, so let's take a look at while statements. Something's up. So let's go to the code, to while statement. Where's the link tag here? So while statements, this ID, let's go find that in the section tag. All right, where are you? I'm missing. Wait, did it want it to be singular or plural? Let's go back. See, this is the part that confuses me. Let me go to their version. They have. What do they have? Get out of here. Close this. They have. Wow, what's the while statement? Okay. Okay, so I have to go back and change this to remove the S. And save that. Maybe that'll fix both tests. I hope. Let's run this. 15 out of 16. Yes. All right. We solved that test. We're able to let me remove my camera. Basically, that was the problem. Okay, let's make this here. So we're down to this last test, but let me just make sure on the desktop view, which should be fine. Run test fit. Oh, 16 out of 16. That worked. Look at that. All right. Guns up. No guns. Sorry, I meant to say that. You know what I mean. So that worked on. I passed all the tests on the desktop view. So it was that link. I had a misspelling. That's all, which is kind of tedious. But I passed everything here. So let me go back to the mobile version. and run the test here. So 15 out of 16. On a regular size device, laptop, desktop, the element with ID navbar should be shown on the left after the screen. It should always be visible to the user and should remain stationary. You might need to enlarge the viewport or zoom out to ensure the navbar doesn't scroll with the page content. Okay. That's working just fine. Let's check their version. And let's see if they're passing that test. And they're not. Okay, now let me increase this to the desktop. And they're also not passing that test, but my version is. So I'm gonna say this is done. We need to now, what I want to do is spend some time styling it a little bit. I think we passed all the tests. Well, actually what I want to do is add that H1 back. I wonder if I add the H1, because I put some effort into that. Would that mess with the test? Let me go back here. The H1 was applied because I put some effort into the styling piece of it. 16 out of 16. Let me close this. And test 15 out of 16. Cool. I'm putting back the H1s. So on the replay, guys, fast forward this. I'm gonna go to each section and add the H1s back, just because like stylistically I put some effort into that, and I just want to maintain the style of that. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add an H1. Save this one. Add an H1 tag here. Boom. H1 tag there. All right, I'm almost there. Man, I wish I'd never taken the H1s out. That sucks. What are you gonna do though, right? Just, it's just part of it. I'm learning as I go. H1 there. Put the while statements back inside. Last one. And then I'm gonna just give this a little style, and then we're gonna call it, man. We're gonna submit this and get hopefully our first freeCodeCamp certificate, which I'm excited about. All right, so let's go back and run this, refresh this. Everything is back to normal. Let's see, how does their version look with the sizing of the side there? All right. Close this, got my face. Close this bad boy. So they have a different. Let me go to the font size here. There we go. Or whatever. So my font. Okay. All right, so we're back. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this. Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna mess with the sizing here. I feel like this is... I'm just gonna get some color. All right, so what if I did this? I'm gonna spend like 5 minutes giving this some color. If not, then I'm just gonna leave it as is. And just to give it some style. Let's see. Title. The main doc. Let's say background. Have some fun with this. Background. Color. Hello. Why is this acting funny? Background color. Sorry about that. I'm trying to figure out my daughter's pickup situation. Red. Eesh. Gray. Gainsborough. Cool. Yeah, that's fun. Main doc, Gainsborough. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna go too hard on it. Let's go to main doc. Background, color. I'm not gonna go too ham on that part. Cool. Just a small distinction of both sides. It's still easy to read. All right, I think we got it. Let's see, that looks cool. All right. I'm gonna remove, get rid of this Firefox. Don't need this anymore. And stick with this version. Here we have, all right, we're good, man. We have a full technical documentation page. It looks like we've accomplished our goals and all the links are working. Okay, my daughter's being picked up right now. She's gonna be screaming her lungs out. So you may hear something in the background. Ah, man. All my code dads, man, shout out to you guys. It's not easy doing this and having kids at the same time. Trying to nail down your career, trying to figure things out for yourself. All right, I like this, man. This is sweet, man. This is looking like it's, oh, maybe the top should be gray. Yeah, leave it like that. We Gucci. All right, so next, what I want to do now is, let's push this to GitHub. So let's do that now. I think I'm happy with this. Everything looks like it's working. Let me just do another check. All right, everything is working just fine. You see the text. You can scroll up and down. You can hit the different links. We can resize this bad boy. Boom, boom. Skippy doop bop bop, works just fine. We Gucci. All right. So let's submit this. Let's say git status. Or actually, let's do a git branch. All right. So we're on develop. So we're gonna spend some time pushing this up. We're gonna commit, push, merge, and then push actually. All right. So let's do a git status. I think we're done, man. We've achieved our goals. Pretty happy about this. This is the exciting part. All right. Now I'm gonna commit. Here I did what did I do? I clean up unit tests, I guess. unit test. Clean up unit test and let's see what else. Style and wrap up style of desktop view. That's cool. So they're gonna git push origin, push this to the develop branch. Okay. Let us do its thing. Now I'm gonna merge. I want to merge the develop branch into master and then blow away the develop branch. Actually, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep both. I'm gonna merge now. So I'm gonna check out to git checkout to main. Right. So the main code is not going to have all the updates. Right. So I need to merge the develop into main. So I'm gonna say git merge. What was the no-ff to, that's from the develop. So this flag basically keeps references to the develop branch, and it maintains all of the commit history. And what else does it do? There's a couple things it does where it persists all of the commit history, all the code that we updated on there as well on the develop branch. Because I think typically when you merge it, develop into master, you lose reference points. So we keep those reference points so that down the road, if I wanted to go back into that develop branch and pick up on a certain commit or whatever, 4 years from now, for whatever reason, I could have some reference points to that commit. I believe so. So just to confirm, I'm going to go to my docs so I'm not here talking up my behind about something. But this is where I learned this from. Where's that flag? He says it here pretty nicely. It made sense when I read it. There we go. The no ff no f dash no f flag causes the merge to always create a new commit object. So even if the merge can be performed with a fast forward, this avoids losing information about the historical existence of the feature branch and groups together all commits that together added the feature. So here's a cool picture. So here's the regular merge. It just smashes things together. With this flag, the no ff flag, you still have some reference points to that feature branch, the developer branch, and all of its information. The historical existence is still there, so you can go back to that, I guess, to that point where the branch actually existed. Because like over time, branches are deleted. Feature branches are meant to be like wiped away, because once they're done and you do once you're like complete and there's a code review done and you merge it into the master branch, you do a pull request, typically you blow away the feature branch. You don't really need it no more. So I like this because I feel like it works, and it's a good way to go back and still have a reference point to that feature branch. All right, so that was no f develop, right? So I'm gonna hit enter. It does this for some reason. I have to add some git. So it wants me to add a commit message to explain why this merge is necessary, especially if it merges an updated string to the topic branch. So I never knew how to like type in here. For every time I type in here, it doesn't work. So if someone knows this, please hit me up in the comments. Comment below, ping me on Instagram, on Twitter, whatever outlet you're working on, and you can reach me. Please do that. So I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right branch here. So I'm gonna just bypass that. So I'm on the main. I'm gonna do a git status. Right. Cool. I'm gonna add this. Right. Do I have my old commit message available? Nope. So I'm gonna say git commit. I gotta retype this for this branch. What did I say in the other commit? I said I wanted to add CSS. Oh, clean up unit test and apply style to desktop viewport. Cool. Git push origin main. Now everything should be working just fine on the main branch. Let's make sure this is the updated version. Cool. Let's shrink this down. Awesome. So now I need to submit this into, so we're good. We're done with this, guys. We've updated our code. We pushed it. It's on GitHub. What I want to do now is basically have a link to this so I can submit it in freeCodeCamp, right? Because they want me to submit it here so I can get my certificate. So what I'm gonna do is do that in GitHub with GitHub pages. All right, so let's do that now. So we're gonna go to GitHub, which you're on now, and create a GitHub pages so we can host this website and then submit it to a freeCodeCamp so we can get our certificate. All right, so let's do that right about now. All right, so let's go to the repository. All right, so go to the tech page and we push this up into main. I think we're good. Let's go to settings. And let's go to the section where they have the GitHub pages. Let's turn that into the main branch. It should save. Okay, let's go back down. Where is it? There you go. So let's open that up. And let's add a path to the index.html. There we go. That's working. So the 404 came from it lacking the index right here. So this little, so that's where the index.html, all this right here needed the path to the index so it can host the page. Cool. So everything's working. Boom. We're good money here. All right, so let's go to just index.html. Let's make sure that this is working on the mobile view part of it. Awesome. All right, so let's grab this URL. So we're gonna grab the URL and just submit it, basically. Boom. Awesome. You're unstoppable. All right, so we're gonna submit and go to the next challenge. Nicely done. All right, you just completed the responsive web design projects. Become a monthly supporter of our nonprofit. I would love to, but can't do that right now. Maybe sometime in the future. All right. Now what do I do? Go back to curriculum. Where's my certificate? All right, so I passed. I'm pretty much done with the responsive web design certificate. Certification. All right. So I know I have 6 seconds left. I'm gonna go a little over here, just add some more time so we can retrieve. Just gonna add 10 minutes. So I got some time to find this certificate and wrap this thing up here. Cool. So that's done. I need to check my Gmail maybe. Go to my profile. No certifications have been earned under the current curriculum. Why not? I did submit this. Let's go back. I submit it one more time. Let me go back to the document. Oh, and I probably I should have changed the name here from document to something else, but you guys can do that on your own. I'll do that off camera. But I'm gonna submit this one more time. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to get something in my email. Let me check my email. Yeah, I'll check my Gmail. I'm doing this live. I have nothing to hide here. Let's see if these guys get back to me. Maybe later on. I'm not sure. Nothing from freeCodeCamp. Let's look it up. When do I receive my which one is this? Responsive web design certificate for people. When do I receive my responsive design? When do I receive my freeCodeCamp responsive design certificate? Okay, so this guy's having. I finished all the projects for this certification, but don't know how to claim. Does anyone know how to do that? Hello. At freeCodeCamp, you'll see a settings link on the top right hand. Once you are there, after the academic honesty policy, you'll find the responsible design project and below and claim your certificate. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to go to a settings link at the top right. So let's go here. Okay, maybe the UI changed. Once you're there, after the academic honesty policy, you'll find the responsive web design projects and claim your certification. Where is that? Timeline. Academic honesty. I don't see it. There we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. Responsive claim. There we go. I found it. Here we go. Claim certification. Getroman.dev. You successfully claimed the responsive web design certification. Congratulations on behalf of freeCodeCamp. Awesome. For the drum roll. All right, show certification. And nothing. I get nothing. You've been. Let's see. Refresh this page. I don't want to donate. Here we go, guys. All right. There is my freeCodeCamp certification. This certifies that Getroman, aka Getroman, has successfully completed the freeCodeCamp responsive web design certification. I spent 300 hours on this over the course of a couple years because I've been in and out again, but it is what it is. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna take a snapshot of this. I can share it. I'll do all that later. I can add this to LinkedIn. But here is the final result, guys. So basically, we've gotten to this point. We worked at this, and we finally received. I finally received my certification. All right, so let's take a quick break. For those who don't know how to claim it, there you go. I did some research how to claim it. You gotta look up everything these days. We're gonna take a quick 2-minute break and get into the recap and next steps. See you in a few minutes. All right, guys. So we're back. We did it. We completed the responsive web design certification on freeCodeCamp. I'm pretty excited about that. It took me a minute to get, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome with all these with this series to achieve this certificate for the technical documentation page. And cool. So basically for this video, we worked on finishing the desktop viewport size, installing it, and then fixing some bugs on the with regards to the grid area templates and the rows. There was those commas that I had injected and I didn't realize it. And what else did we do? We were able to pass all the tests, and in addition to securing and claiming our certificate on freeCodeCamp. So that's pretty dope. I'm hella excited. Next steps. So basically for next steps, what I may just, for the next couple of streams, I'm gonna get back into the coding challenge game. So I want to start streaming some stuff on freeCodeCamp and Algo Expert, and tackling some of those some of those coding challenges, so I can sharpen the pencil, if you will. So when it's time to interview, which I've been doing, I can be more fluent and more competent in those coding challenge questions with those data structures and algorithms and all that, the big O's. And so I'll be doing that next. And then eventually I'll get back to freeCodeCamp and start streaming my path to achieving the next certificate. So I will be streaming the actual smaller challenges. So that's going to take a while. But for those who are wanting to do it, you can do it with me as well. Lastly, I will be launching a Discord server as well. I'll be doing that sometime this week. After I wrap up this video, I'm gonna polish it, make sure everything's all set. I'm gonna maybe take a week off, a couple of days off, to get my Discord server up and let everyone know that they can join it, so we all can communicate and hang out together. So please look out for that. A link will be in the description for my Discord server. So we'll chat there, talk about tech. We can do some pair programming, some debugging, and actually get you guys up on my live stream so we can start working together on certain things. I'm hella excited for that. Cool. So that's it, guys. I appreciate your time. Keep coding. Don't give up, and stay motivated. And as always, never stop building, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.